Welcome back to the Movie Man. Today I will show you a 2021 war drama film, The Sniper. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie begins in Southeast Asia where a group of soldiers take their positions in the woods waiting for their target to arrive. They use their sniper rifles to track down a building which is supposedly housing an illegal company. The company poses as saviors of children but instead engages in illegal organ smuggling. Here we get to know that the soldiers are from the Chinese army and they are there to bring the company down. One of the soldiers named Jin Meng is assigned with the main task of executing the target Song Pa, who is the leader of the Salvation Society. However, he gets distracted when he notices the innocent children who are held up against their will. Meng wants to rescue the children, but his teammate reminds him of their mission of executing the target rather than saving people. As Meng is busy conversing with his teammate, one of the boys in the building picks up a glass bottle, looks through it, and spots him from over a mile away. Meng is left stunned as to how the boy could see him despite his perfect position. After a while they learn that Song Pa is on his way to the headquarters. Meanwhile, Meng maintains his focus on the boy and sees that he is being taken to the operating room. The innocent boy is about to undergo a dangerous surgery to extract his heart. When Meng notices this, he quickly changes his position. Seeing this, his teammate becomes enraged, fearing that they might fail their mission. Right then Song Pa arrives just as the boy is about to undergo surgery. As a result, Meng is torn between saving the boy and executing his target. In the end, he decides to save the boy and fires at the man who is going to operate on him. When Song Pa hears the shooting, he immediately returns to the car, but Meng manages to shoot him in his shoulder. Following this, Song Pa's men begin shooting in all directions, killing innocent children. The armies are able to defeat the enemies, but the mission fails because their target has escaped. Meng then saves the boy and decides to raise him on his own. However, his teammates accuse him, claiming that Song Pa will now kill more people. 10 years later we meet a man named Jin-tae, who is honing his sniper skills. Jin-tae is revealed to be the same boy who was rescued by Meng previously, and he is now one of the best snipers in his army batch. The next day Jin-tae is training with his fellow comrades. The session is led by none other than the veteran sniper men. Jin-tae goes through rigorous training and showcases his exemplary skills. However, he always loses to the best sniper in the batch, Mai. It turns out that Al was also rescued from the same location as Jin-tae and raised by Meng. In the next scene, Jin-tae is finally rewarded for his hard work and he is tasked with the mission of killing Song Pa. When Mai finds out about this the next day, she confronts Meng asking why he dispatched Jin-tae instead of her, but Meng remains silent. On the other hand, we see Jin-tae, who has already taken his sniper position and is watching the enemy's movements. In the monitoring room, Captain Wang informs Meng that they have failed to execute Song Pa 7 times. He also suspects that someone in their organization is a Salvation Society spy. As they are discussing this, Jin-tae and his team are spotted by the enemies. In no time they are attacked and Meng orders Jin-tae to abort the mission. He also realizes that Wang was correct all along. At the same time, Song Pa's men jam their communication and monitoring channels, making it impossible for them to give orders to their soldiers. However, from Meng's communication line he gets a faint signal. There Jin-tae mentions that he will not retreat as he doesn't want Song Pa to kill more people. Left with no options, Meng decides to send another team led by Xiaomai. However, Captain Wang refuses to let the team leave until the spy is apprehended. According to the captain, their intelligence has been leaked and no matter how many men they send, the enemies will only act as live targets. This sparks a heated debate between Meng and Wang. A short time later, their connection reappears and Jin-tae informs them that the area is clear, but Song Pa was not present there. Jin-tae then replays the footage to show how he accomplished the mission successfully. After this, Captain Wang directs Jin-tae to look for evidence. Jintae obliges, and after a bit of searching he discovers a laptop containing information on the sale of illegal weapons, drugs and human organs. While investigating further he discovers a photograph of Ming, casting doubt on everyone's belief that Ming is the spy. Ming attempts to defend himself, but Wang orders Xiaomai to apprehend him. Ming is disappointed that despite his 30 years of service, he is still not trusted. As Xiaomai is about to withdraw Ming's gun, the real spy shoots Ming. Fortunately Xiaomai saves him and chaos ensues. It turns out that not one but several men from the base were all working for Songpa. Meanwhile Jintae hears the commotion and immediately rushes to rescue his people back at the base. Xiaomai helps Ming fight against the perpetrators. After a while Jintae arrives at the scene and discovers the dead bodies of his department members. He also comes across a dying Wang who informs him that Ming and Xiaomai are the real traitors. Hearing this Jintae is shocked, but before he can take any action Ming points a gun at him. Ming tells Jintae to stand down as he is not the culprit, but the latter is skeptical. As a result the duo engages in a professional fight. A few moments later Xiaomai joins in on the action, and just when Jintae shoots at her, Ming comes in between and takes the hit. Meanwhile Songpa arrives at the army base and destroys the building with a bazooka. 8 years later, we see Jintae, who has now become broke after failing his mission to assassinate Songpa. One night as he is wandering around, a little boy named Fang suddenly runs up to him with a horde of men chasing him for stealing money. Fang addresses the beggar as dad, and this prompts the thugs to go after Jintae and snatch his money. Following this Jintae takes Fang to his mother Min, who works as an escort in a bar. Jintae asks that his money be returned, but Min is unable to do so. As a result Jintae takes Fang to work for him until he is paid back. After a while he brings the little kid to his place and instructs him to not steal again. From the following day Jintae and Feng begin their work of collecting used goods, repairing them and reselling them. He also makes the boy read and write like the other children. A few days later Min visits Jintae's house to see her son. She is glad to see her son studying, but when Feng notices a bruise on her eye he realizes she has been beaten by her customers. Feng then borrows some money from Jintae and gives it to his mother, asking that she take a few days off. Later as Jintae and Min dine together, the latter reveals that she was forced into the profession to take care of her son. Meanwhile the little kid discovers a secret box inside Jintae's room and opens it. There he notices a deadly sniper rifle, but before he can inspect further Jintae arrives and closes the box. Fang suspects that Jintae is a killer or a cop, a butcher or a pig, but Jin does not reveal anything to him. In the following scene we see an old man dining in a lavish room. He is none other than Ming. Soon after Xiaomai approaches him and informs him that they have found someone whose blood type matches his. The movie then flashes back 8 years ago where Xiaomai takes Ming to the doctor after he is shot. Ming survives, but according to the doctor his wound is fatal and he will need a heart transplant every 3 to 5 years. The doctor also claims that Ming has a rare blood type which will make his survival difficult. Just then Songpan enters the operating room and reveals that Ming has always been his lap dog. As soon as Xiaomai hears this she decides to shoot Ming, but she is reminded of the time when Ming saved her, causing her to reconsider. Simultaneously Ming regains consciousness and advises Xiaomai to make her own decision. After a bit of thinking she decides to execute Songpa, but her leg is shot by Songpa's troops. When all hope seems to be lost, a man named Long infiltrates the place and takes down all of Songpa's men with his deadly moves. After this Ming takes over Songpa's business with Xiaomai and Long as his assistants. In the present, Feng returns with food, drinks and money. Jintae believes he has stolen money again, so he chastises the little boy and kicks him out of his house. A short time later he recalls the blood on Feng's hand and realizes that he earned the money by donating blood. He runs up to Feng and tries to stop him, but just then Long and his men kidnap the little boy. Jintae tries his best to save the little boy but fails. Following this he heads to the blood center and finds Feng's data. He also beats up the doctor for information and finds out that the blood is being sent to the World Rescue Organization. In the next scene, Jin-tae arrives at the organization disguised as a staff member. Inside he discovers several dead bodies except for Fang's, indicating that he is still alive. Just then the lab doctor approaches him from behind and injects a sedative into his neck. When Jin-tae turns around, he recalls that he is the same doctor who was about to operate on him in the past. Enraged, he beats up the doctor and threatens him to reveal Fang's location. However, before the man can say anything, Jin-tae shoots him to death. He discovers that she is in the other building, targeting him with a sniper. Luckily, before she can cause any damage, Jin-tae manages to escape the room. However, he is soon encountered by Long and his men. Jin-tae successfully eliminates several men and comes across Long. The two engage in a professional and fierce fight, but Jin-tae's body becomes weakened due to the sedative, causing him to fall from the top floor. Despite this, he manages to return home where Min treats his wounds. Min is devastated to learn of Fang's kidnapping, but Jin-tae assures her that her son will be returned. After some time, he puts on his soldier outfit and gets ready for war. In the next scene, using the help of minutes, Jin-tae draws Long out and shoots him in the arm a hole whilst being more than a mile away. He then chases the thug and eventually corners him. Terrified, Long accepts to help and takes him to a place where many children are detained. Following this, Jin-tae eliminates Long in front of the building's computer operator and orders him to hack into the World Rescue Organization's accounts. Elsewhere, when Jin-tae learns of the breach, she immediately calls Jin-tae. She tries bribing Jin-tae with money, but he refuses. He then offers her a deal of his own in which he promises to hand over their data in exchange for Fang. Left with no choice, Jin-tae accepts the deal and arranges to meet him in the East City building at midnight. After arriving at the location, Jin discovers that a lady has arrived to retrieve the boy. Enraged, she fires some warning rounds at the duo and threatens Jin-tae to reveal himself. When he doesn't show up, Jin-tae orders her men to kill Min while avoiding any harm to Fang, as they need his heart. Soon the mother-son duo are surrounded by enemies, but just then Jin-tae eliminates them all from a distance. Following this, Jin-tae and Jin-tae start their sniping battle while Fang and Min try to flee. Unfortunately, Jin-tae captures Min and ties her to a chair, turning her into the cover. With time running out, Jin-tae selects a position from which he has a clear shot. The duo then aim and fire at each other. Jin-tae shoots at his chest while Jin-tae shoots at the chair's leg, causing her to fall off the building and die. On the other hand, Jin-tae is able to survive because he had a bulletproof iron on his body. He tells Min to escape, but right then his evil father Ming appears out of nowhere and kills her. When Jin-tae reaches the place, he can only witness Ming taking Fang away in his car. In the next scene, Ming arrives at the residence and begins preparing for the heart transplant, but before they can start, Jin-tae shoots through the building's bulletproof glass. Worried, Ming deploys 3 of his snipers to apprehend him and orders the rest of the team to guard the building. He monitors the shots to determine Jin-tae's location, but the latter confuses them with remote-controlled shots. Jin-tae, being the best sniper, dispatches all 3 of them one after another. He then enters the building and kills all of Ming's men. He soon comes across Ming himself, but instead of killing him, he removes the armor and heads to free Fang. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Ming shoots Jin-tae from behind, but Jin does not attack in response. Seeing this, Ming inquires about why he's helping the boy, to which Jin-tae counters by asking why Ming saved him back then. This makes Ming speechless and he is unable to shoot his own son. As Jin-tae walks away with Fang, Ming succumbs to his heart disease and dies. In the final scene, Jin-tae is seen dropping Fang off at school, and the little kid now refers to him as Dad, aka Snipe Daddy. That was all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button and subscribe to watch more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.